someone might be really keeping a close watch on what they're saying to you, meaning they're very careful or very guarded about how much they are communicating to you with their words. It's like they are intentionally being slow moving here towards you while emotionally and mentally on the internal plane being really focused on a particular outcome. With happy family in the upright position, someone could be connecting with the number 444, but I'm also just picking up from this card that this person is looking a lot further in the long term than they are presenting in the physical 3D world. I'm seeing something about the color blue. Specifically, I was seeing a blue crystal or a blue stone for someone. I'm not sure who that connects with. I feel like this person desires the very thing that they are afraid of. They're heavily conflicted because with happy family, it's like I get the sense that this is someone who is afraid of being tied down, afraid of feeling as though they've lost their freedom by being fully committed to another person in love or starting over in love with someone new. Whatever it is that they want the most here is also the thing that they're most afraid of. And that's why they're feeling really conflicted. They're actually feeling the dissonance between what their soul wants, what their innermost self desires, and what they are most afraid of on the surface. So that's why this person seems to be either pulling back really heavily in 3D. I'm seeing the letters T, H, E. These may be letters in someone's name or be significant to someone in some way. With strategy reversed and walking away in the upright position, I see that this person realizes they're not really taking any kind of action here. They're in this free-floating energy. They've been just kind of living in the moment here with strategy reversed, but not really taking action to move things forward for the long term. So this could apply to their life generally, or this might apply to your connection between the two of you specifically. In fact, I'm getting that for many of you, whoever is coming through here, it might resonate really strongly that this person just has been kind of taking this connection as it's been happening and isn't really sure what to do here. I'm hearing, I have strong feelings for you, but I don't know what to do about it. However, I feel that this person is beginning to realize that if they remain in that kind of energy, that sort of back and forth, free-floating energy, and don't take firm action towards you, that you're going to walk away with the walking away card in the upright position. Now, do keep in mind that these readings might connect to a work situation, a platonic situation, but for many of you, I do feel that this is romantic in nature, whoever I'm speaking to here. Butterflies may be a symbol for someone, but this could also represent someone here who is really valuing their freedom, really wanting to be free-floating, wanting to be able to kind of fly where they choose here, like that butterfly analogy. I also see that you listening to this reading connect with the symbolism of a butterfly in a different way. So whereas this person seems to dominantly connect with the butterfly because I don't want to say that they're flighty, but they are really afraid of attachment, of being caught in one place. Whereas for you, who I feel most likely you listening will connect here as the divine feminine, although of course these labels, divine feminine, divine masculine, are just labels and they apply to energies. So this could connect with your internal divine masculine or divine feminine. This also could connect with an external energy person situation. Take it however it does resonate intuitively for you, but I'm going to refer to you here as the divine feminine. And I'm feeling that the divine feminine here is really connecting with that symbolism of a butterfly in the sense that you've just gone through this radical transformation. So it's like you've transformed from the caterpillar to the butterfly. You're really glowing. There's a radiance about you. That word radiant is coming out really strongly. What else is going on in this situation? Yeah, here we have luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius. So I see you having this kind of bold new beginning, but also for some divine feminines, you might be a little bit in a restless energy sometimes because there is this awareness spiritually and energetically that you have gone through this powerful transformation. And so it's almost like subconsciously your being is signaling to you, okay, the transformation has been completed and we're ready now to reveal ourselves to the world. We're ready to get out there and connect with other people, find our people, reveal our new self to the world. So there might be a little bit of this restless energy, a newfound desire for deep soul, authentic connection expressed physically in the actual 3D world. Whereas the period of time you're coming out of most likely involved a lot of hermiting, a lot of going really within yourself. Someone could have Sagittarius energy in their birth chart here, but again, I just see this possibly representing this very bold, fiery, but also detached energy. Detached meaning surrendered, meaning you aren't heavily attached to any particular outcome, any particular timeline. You're very open to possibility here, is what I'm picking up from a divine feminine. Now, this other person wants to come off that way. They want to come off as free floating, as someone who doesn't want to be attached, doesn't want to be tied down. But the problem here is, even if they're acting that way in the physical 3D world, deep down, that's really not how they feel. I'm going to refer to that person as a masculine energy here because I am picking up a bit of a masculine energy from them. Now, of course, this could be reversed in your situation, but this masculine, they are wanting you to believe that they are very free-floating, possibly that they have a lot of options, that they're not really attached to you or to anything. That's really how they come off. I'm hearing the word dismissive. You might feel a dismissive energy from this person in the 3D, but the thing is, their innermost self, their soul feels very opposite of this. Whereas in the 3D, they're trying to present themselves as someone who doesn't want to get too attached. The truth is, this person already is very much attached to a particular outcome here that they've not been communicating. I see that still represented by this happy family card. So, can I get more information on what this masculine is thinking or feeling? They're terrified of losing themselves in this connection or in another person, which I feel might be why this person shies away from getting into a committed relationship. If they are in a committed relationship, they are with someone at the moment, if they're in a relationship, who allows them to really maintain this energetic dominance. There's not really a good balance. They are in this place of still being really focused on themselves, focused on either their career or something in their life. I don't really feel like there's a lot of that love and romance aspect in their relationship. Again, if they're in a relationship, if they are not in a relationship, which I feel is very likely for many of the masculines coming through here, then the reason that they keep that status outside of a relationship is because they are really afraid of, again, losing themselves. But the thing here is, they've been really thrown off by connecting with you, either energetically, physically, mentally. However the two of you have been connecting is actually causing this person to already feel as though, in a sense, they are kind of losing themselves. Now, that's how their conscious mind is perceiving this ego death that you've ignited within them. So their conscious mind is a bit confused because they don't fully consciously understand the concept of a spiritual awakening and an ego death. But that's exactly what's happening within them. So I see that what's going on within this person is they feel like they are losing themselves or feeling like their self-image, their self-concept is fallen apart. But really what's happening is you sparked a kind of energy within them that is tearing down every aspect of themselves that was actually aligned with their true innermost self, with that core soul frequency. This is what we refer to as an ego death. But this person's almost confused, like they don't quite know what's going on. So while they're going through this ego death, they might just pull away from you, Divine Feminine, thinking that you are the source of this ungrounded feeling or of this chaos they've been experiencing emotionally, of this loss of self that they've been experiencing. But really, it's the energy between the two of you and the spiritual awakening that this person is going through that is causing this process to be taking place within them. It's a really powerful energetic shift happening. I'm hearing happening through the silence. So this may be a masculine who isn't even communicating very much in the physical 3D world. But this process is happening within him all the same. And again, he's consciously aware of how he's feeling, of how his sense of self is beginning to fall apart. Something's beginning to unravel here. There is this ungrounded feeling, but he doesn't really attach it yet to the concept of an awakening or an ego death. He just recognizes that it began happening around the time he connected with you, Divine Feminine. So here we have deceit in the reverse position, sitting on this person's heart space. So there's some kind of powerful truth here on their heart. I feel like this is something maybe they've been actively trying to hold back, but that wants to be pushed forth to the surface. This is something that they think about communicating from time to time, that they want to communicate. But I'm going to channel a bit more into this. What is this truth on this person's heart space? Okay, we have rest and rejuvenation upright and woman holding the heart upright. So rest and rejuvenation, I see this representing when this person is alone with themselves, when they are either about to fall asleep or when they are waking up, in those times when they can't distract themselves with anything in the physical 3D world. They firmly recognize that you, Divine Feminine, are the one holding their heart. And I'm hearing them say, and I like it. It's like they're terrified of the fact that you seem to have such a hold on them emotionally, and yet there's a part of them that really has always dreamt that someone would come along and make them feel the way that you are making them feel. But I do feel this is someone who may try to distract themselves consciously during the day with other things, possibly other people, activities, with their work, with their own patterns. They try to distract themselves just so they aren't thinking about this or aren't dwelling on this. I keep picking up that for some of you listening, there's one major reason that this particular masculine doesn't want to feel the way that they feel about you. I'm hearing logistical. There could be something logistical about the two of you connecting or coming together in 3D, some kind of gap or disconnect. This might be a physical distance between the two of you. And if that's the case, this may be the type of person who has always told themselves they could never do a long-distance love or a long-distance relationship. But the disconnect doesn't have to be physical distance. This could be some kind of barrier. Maybe this masculine is already in another relationship or connection. Maybe there are some form of behavior pattern or something within them that doesn't mesh well with the two of you coming together, having a relationship. There could be a cultural difference here, an age difference, whatever the case is. I just sense there's some barrier on this person's mind to the two of you coming together that has them saying, I need to put this on the back burner, or I need to slow down, or I need to pull back. And they do attempt to do that. And I get that you sense that, Divine Feminine, in 3D. But deep down, this person wants to go full force ahead. And that is the conflict within them. They simultaneously are afraid, again, of what they want the most. They're trying to actively slow themselves down when all they want to do is move forward really quickly. But for now, I am going to be reshuffling, and I want to shift more into your personal energy, Divine Feminine. So what is going on in the Divine Feminine's energetic field at this time? For some reason, I'm seeing something about someone's face or the head area. So I don't know if someone has had something going on with their face, with their eyes, possibly with the skin on their face, like skin breakouts or something, with their head. Possibly this could be head pressure or headaches or something along those lines. I don't know why I'm picking that up. And again, that won't be for everyone. I'm also hearing that someone listening could have something weird going on with their vision. Now, of course, I am not a medical professional, so whenever you're experiencing anything medical, I always recommend exploring potential medical causes with a doctor first. But energetically, I sense that something is happening, let's say metaphorically, with the eyes. I'm hearing clear sight, like your vision is being shifted from seeing things fully in the 3D to seeing things more from a 5D perspective. I know that this is really difficult to put into words to describe this energetic shift taking place, but what I'm getting is that there's almost this readjustment visually when you shift energetically from the 3D to the 5D, and this can show up in many different strange ways, but particularly I'm picking up that it's almost like when someone is visually seeing someone or around someone, they're able to read them more clearly just through that visual, because in the 5D, this place you've shifted to energetically, you're actually capable of picking up and clearly interpreting a lot of information from other people simply by being with them, or especially by visually looking at them. It's almost like through the eyes, you're taking in a lot more information than usual and beginning to process some of it in a more conscious way. So again, you might be looking at someone and suddenly something just pops into your mind, whether it's a visual, a clear cognizant moment where you realize something about that person, their life, what they might be going through. And hearing the telepathy is becoming stronger as well. Because for you, Divine Feminine, as you have cleared out these blockages from within yourself, blockages that essentially block the flow of energy, block the flow of unconditional love through your own being, as you release those human-based judgments and perceptions directed towards the self in the form of self-judgment, or how you might judge your own self-perception, your own self-image. As you release all of that, you're able to see others clearly for who they are at a deeper energetic level, because your abilities to see others clearly are no longer clouded by judgment. And that is why so much of your dominant work here on the planet is to clear out patterns of judgment within yourself, which actually begin with self-judgment, because however we judge ourselves, we tend to automatically project those judgments out onto others. That also means however we love ourselves, we automatically radiate that love externally towards others as well. That's also why self-love has been such a key theme for Divine Feminines through this ascension process recently. But I'm getting that, Divine Feminine, as you have come into these deeper levels of self-love, and a card just flew out here, which is the Thinking Woman upright. So as you've been coming into these deeper levels of self-love, possibly doing some kind of mental exploration. I see that with a thinking woman. You may be gathering wisdom from different places, people, or sources. You may have gone through a period of time where you were absorbing a lot of information, whether through videos, through books, through other speakers or people that would share their information online. Whatever the case is, I feel like you've gone through this intense path of learning. This also might not necessarily be what we think of as traditionally spiritual learning. This could be learning some new art form, learning some new practice, being in school for something, working towards some kind of career, something in your life. But whatever this was, I feel like you've really expanded your mind while at the same time releasing judgment from your heart. And that has made you extremely powerful. It's also allowed you to see others more clearly than ever before, because you are now more clearly perceiving their energy when you don't have those patterns of judgment within yourself to block that clear perception. Whereas at the same time, because of this path of expanded knowledge, expanded wisdom you've been on, you're also able to more consciously interpret that energetic information that you're getting from other people. Now, all of this has most likely been happening very subconsciously, gradually, automatically over the course of time since your spiritual awakening. But you may have moments where you realize how intuitive you've become, or how clearly you are perceiving and seeing and connecting with others, because again, there may be these times where you are seeing someone, speaking to someone, and suddenly you have a kind of knowledge or information about them that there's no way from a 3D perspective you could possibly know about that other person. And know that that's not a coincidence. That's a sign of how gifted you have become as you've really honed in this gift of clear perception and clear sight, and really gone through that process of clearing out your own energy, which has amplified all of your abilities. Because again, those blockages that used to block those abilities to receive and interpret energy are being released from within you. So what else can I channel for the Divine Feminine here? Okay, here we have Magician and the Mirror in the reverse position. So I don't know who I'm speaking to, but I feel like I'm picking up on a Divine Feminine who has become highly independent, very balanced within herself, but there's almost like this desire to meet a counterpart soul that matches her own energy. So it's no longer coming from a place of codependency. This isn't a Divine Feminine wanting to meet someone to fill all of her needs or to fill in those gaps within herself. It's actually this pure desire for someone who can truly show up for her as a partner, who can truly match the frequency she's cultivated within herself, but externally and within a romantic relationship. And I'm seeing you like a magnet, magnetizing in this relationship or connection in a really powerful way. Specifically, you're magnetizing it in through your open heart space, because here we have the heart chakra in the upright position. I'm hearing keep your heart open. It's the most magnetic thing about you. So the reason that this is coming up, I feel, is there may have been some circumstance that happened recently in your life, in the world, in your connections, that may have tempted you to want to close off your heart. Or maybe it was an interaction or a circumstance that in the past would have caused you to close off your heart. I don't know who I'm speaking to here. Yeah, here we have King of Wands reversed and the Empress upright. I see that through this situation, whoever I'm speaking to, again, this won't be for everyone. This was a bit of a mini tower moment for you with the tower upright. This was a situation that, again, it tempted you to want to close your heart. I don't know if this was something that happened to you that felt very random and sudden. It may have felt like bad luck. This could have been someone that you were connecting with that randomly began to pull away, or that caused you emotional pain in some way. But whatever this was, I see tower coming up here almost like a test, almost as though this situation happened from one perspective to show you how far you've come, because in the past, this situation would have caused you to close your heart. But now it's almost like something that I keep getting like someone may have done something to emotionally derail you or to cause you some kind of emotional pain, but you transmuted it into a blessing because you kept your heart open. So in the past, you would have closed off your heart and just projected back that pain onto this person, but instead you took that pain and transmuted it back into love. And in doing so, you actually, and hearing whatever they took from you or whatever this person may have done to you or how they made you feel, you were blessed 3 times that, 3 times over. I don't know why I'm picking that up for someone, or you will be blessed 3 times over. With the King of Wands reversed, I feel like this could have involved a masculine energy. This may have involved someone who was dishonest, or at the least not fully open and clear with their intentions or with their feelings for you. But throughout all of this, you've stayed in your power. With the Empress in the upright position, this card Also might connect with the number 333 because I'm also seeing this reminder that no matter what is taking place in your life, you are always divinely guided and divinely protected. I see this sacred protection energy around you. You may have even seen evidence of this sacred protection. For some reason, I'm hearing brotherhood, soul brotherhood. I don't know why I'm getting that for a divine feminine. There may be a divine feminine here who has specifically certain masculine energies in your life, platonically or in your community. These could be potential romantic suitors, but these also could be professional contacts. This could be family members. It could be friends. And these masculines seem to represent this kind of sacred soul brotherhood that protects you, or that is, I'm hearing they're on call spiritually to support you. And again, this could be very platonic. This could be someone or a group of people in your community, what I'm really getting is that they're actually in your soul family, but they're strategically placed in your life or in your contacts or connections to support you. Again, this is a strange message. I've never channeled this before, but I am sensing that there is a divine feminine who is connected with different masculine energies. Many of these, again, may be family members, professional contacts, friends, but these also could be potential romantic suitors or even people from your past. But what I'm getting is these souls are almost in this kind of network with you, where when you send out a distress signal, meaning you're going through something, and you call in this protection or you call in this support, it's almost like they energetically pick up on that wavelength, hear the call, and it might be kind of uncanny how these people might actually reach out to you at the strangest, most coincidental times because you're going through something physically or emotionally, and that's when they'll text you or call or reach out about something. And even if the connection with them is strictly work-related or strictly professional or whatever it is, I feel that at a spiritual and energetic level, it is still their way of providing you with support as part of your soul family, even though they're most likely unconscious that they're part of that soul family, if that makes sense. Very interesting message. I don't know who that is for, but I'm going to go ahead and reshuffle the cards. We also have the Hermit card, but the Ten of Cups as well. So someone is spending a lot of time alone and in this hermit phase. And as they're spending a lot of time alone, they're heavily thinking about this stability or this coming together that they desire with you in a very physical way with the Ten of Cups upright. So this may be the same masculine that came out earlier in the reading. I feel that this masculine coming through, this could be a new energy for some of you, but whoever this is, they are coming up thinking about Goddess of the Moon upright and adjacent possibilities reversed. So this person is thinking about heavily how they perceive you as this really divine, almost magical goddess-like being, and how they really want to be your only option, or how I'm hearing they want to beat out the competition or be the only one that holds your heart with adjacent possibilities reversed. Now, this card also could equally represent that this person is entirely focused and fixated on you, meaning they themselves haven't been able to entertain any other options or possibilities since connecting with you.